out to hike the Pacific Crest Trail, a footpath stretching from the border of Mexico to the border of Canada, across California, Oregon, and Washington, covering over 2,600 miles. I am here at the Paradise Valley Cafe, getting a burger.
This little guy swooped in on that one. Found the mother load, a little chunk of brownie. Take home to the wife and kids if he can ever get off my leg. All right.
The beginning of the trail was pretty rough for me, as I imagine it was for most hikers coming in with almost no experience. I had a 40-pound pack, no training, and no idea what I was doing. Tuckett's Peak Lookout is about 2 miles ahead. Oh my gosh, I'm having a really hard time breathing. This is the hardest thing I've ever done. I'm gonna do it. Attempting a through hike was unlike anything I'd ever done before. But despite the challenges, both physical and mental, every step was worth it. Every day brought new experiences, new terrain, new environments, new faces. There are 3 major long trails in the continental U.S., the Appalachian Trail, the Continental Divide Trail, and the Pacific Crest Trail. The PCT is considered the most scenic of the 3, purely because it boasts the most varied terrain of any other long trail in the United States.
Sparky and Ghost Hiker tried to pose as a married couple so they could actually sleep indoors, but it didn't work. That's what you get for trying to be dishonest, Dad. We came to a fork, and the PCT doesn't go up. It goes down.
Hard way, easy way. Huh.
So today we're on our way to Casa de Luna. I don't know much about this place. I didn't plan to stop here, but people have been talking about it. Something about if you dance you get a free bandana or Hawaiian shirt or something. I don't even know. So that's where we're going. From there, it was just a few grueling days to Hikertown. By this point, my feet were in such bad shape, I was struggling to walk. One hiker even offered to carry my pack the last few miles into Hikertown, but like the stubborn woman I am, I politely refused.
Want to check on the dog then?
Yeah, I'll do that.
So you got a record full of hikers.
It's morning. I just had my coffee and some breakfast pizza, and I'm going to show you guys Hikertown. Mattress, all my stuff. It was actually, as a shipping container sketchy as it looks, it was actually super cozy. I probably had one of the best nights sleep since Big Bear Hostel.
We are taking a siesta. Literally the only shade we could find. There's Sparky.
We found a better tree.
There's the badger.
Come and join us.
The terrain is changing. Look at these mountains. Yeah, we are coming up to the Sierra Nevada. Whew, almost there.
I'm 4/10 of a mile from Kennedy Meadows. I'm pretty excited. Kennedy Meadows is like one of a couple finish lines in this hike. If you can make it to Kennedy Meadows, you can make it to Canada. So I'm pretty excited.
We've found the sign of the Deathly Hallows. So I guess that means we're camping here. Seems like a sign.
Hey, Ghost Hiker. Guess what?
We're hiking the VCT.
So, it's cold. It's super cold. Have I mentioned that I'm not a fan of the cold?
Yes. You got it. You got it. Woohoo!
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Super sketch.
Where's your ice axe, young lady?
Right there.
I'm about to summit Whitney.
Everything has been worth it. It's so quiet up here. I never dreamed. I can't even show you. I can't even get it all. It's just incredible. I don't want to move. I don't want to leave. So yesterday we climbed Mount Whitney. I'm still a little shocked that I actually made it all the way to the top. I was so terrified of doing it, of the height and the sheer drops and things, that I didn't hardly sleep at all the night before, like maybe a couple hours. Climbed Mount Whitney with almost no sleep and definitely not enough food, but still did it. And the highest mountain in the lower 48, baby. So tomorrow's Forester Pass.
that goes. We broke camp before dawn, hoping to make it to the top of Forester Pass in time to see the sunrise, but didn't quite make it in time. That was okay, though. We got quite a view anyway.
Why are we hiking so early, Trooper?
So we don't post hole.
These are post
Like these
holes.
people.
You can break your leg. Woohoo! So we got some hard snow to walk on at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Still better than the desert.
That is the chute. That's the top up there. We still have to go. But, yeah.
Crossing the snow chute of Forester Pass is still one of the most terrifying things I've ever done. But with any luck, I'll be doing it again in 2025.
Oh, yes! Oh, I thought I was gonna die. I really did. Oh my gosh. We totally could have made it up here last night, you guys.
Oh no, we couldn't have.
The Sierras blew my mind. They were everything I was hoping for and so much more. Words cannot describe how I felt hiking these majestic mountains, cut off from the noise and busyness of civilization. Here, I felt closer to God and more like my true self than I ever had before. I now understand that thru-hiking is something that has to be experienced in order to be truly understood.
That's the way we came. And that's where we're going.
After hiking over Silver Pass, I pulled ahead of my trail family in order to make it to Horseshoe Lake Trailhead and the trolley that would take me into Mammoth Lakes. What very few people knew was that up to this point, I had visited the hospital twice due to a mysterious bacterial infection that no amount of antibiotics seemed able to cure, and no doctor could tell me where it had come from. I was also suffering from a bruised tailbone and a shredded arm from a fall a few days before. I saw a lot of really gorgeous trail during that day, but wasn't able to stop for more than these 2 videos as I hiked my biggest and fastest mile day so far, 24.6 miles. I was dead on my feet by the time I made it into town and spent the next day feeling completely worn out. I ate anything I could get my hands on and visited Mammoth Brewing Company at least 3 times during my stay at Mammoth Lakes. But after just a few days of rest and a new round of antibiotics, I was back on trail.
It's a weasel! I shouldn't be as excited about this as I am. But look at how cute it is.
Where'd he go?
He's like right here. Uh-oh. Oh, don't go in my tent. Oh my gosh. We walked through the tunnel along the highway and then took this mysterious, dark right turn, crawled through another tunnel, and now we're out here. Half Dome, and oh my gosh, this is just incredible. Mosquitoes are pretty bad here in Yosemite. It's also hot like the desert, but it is beautiful. Bye, Sierras. It's been fun.
As I hiked up and over Sonora Pass, one of the last big climbs of the Sierra Nevada, I felt like a machine. Like I could conquer anything. Like I could make it to Canada. At the top of Sonora Pass, with a single bar of cell service, my phone pinged, signaling I had a voicemail. It was the doctor I'd seen at Mammoth Lakes. He was calling personally to tell me my test results were inconclusive, that the antibiotic I was currently taking would only mask my symptoms for so long, and that I needed to get off trail and see a specialist, or risk causing long-term damage to my kidneys. I got off trail at the next road and spent a few days in the nearest city, but no specialist would even talk to me without a referral from my primary care doctor. I decided to take a few days to think it over, and figured while I was thinking, I'd keep hiking. I met up with my trail family in Truckee, California, where I broke the news that I'd be getting off trail for a while. Determined to finish my hike, I took a train to Indiana, where I spent several weeks waiting for appointments and test results. Then, I flew to Spokane, Washington, and hopped back on the part of the trail I was already familiar with, Stevens Pass. Well, my parents just dropped me back off at the trail. I have mixed feelings. It's a big bug. I'm definitely excited to be back out here. 6 weeks is a long time to be off trail. I'm a little nervous because of you know, all the fires and things, I'm afraid that maybe I went to all the trouble to come back out here, and I might get forced off because of fires anyway. So Sparky and Ghost Hiker should catch up to me in a few days, because I'm not going that fast. I want to finish this. It's like the nicest stretch trail this whole time I've been on the trail. Check this out. It's like crazy nice. All right, peace out. This is as far south as I came last year when I did like a one-night overnight hike up to Lake Valhalla, which was fun, you know. Gave me a completely false idea of what the whole trail was gonna be like. It's weird to be here at this spot where I came and hiked last year and was like, I'm gonna do the whole PCT. Yeah. Here is Lake Valhalla, where I was last year. It's pretty much the same. So last time I was here, I passed the trailhead leading back to my car, came just a few yards and sat on this log, mainly because I wanted to meet more thru-hikers, and this is the PCT, so I thought I'll just sit here and take a break before the like 3-mile trek down to my car. I specifically remember meeting a gentleman, I think his name was Peter Pantless, because he had ridiculously short shorts. It looked like he wasn't wearing pants. I said something to the effect of, yeah, this is about as far as I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna hike the whole thing next year. I said, next year I'll get to see, you know, what's over around this bend, you know. And he said, why don't you go see right now? And I said, well, not this time. Next time. This is next time. Tell me what's around the trail bend. I look once more. Yeah, basically more trail, but you know, it's pretty sweet. I know I talked a lot about how beautiful the Sierras are, but if you ever get a chance to hike any part of the PCT, even if it's just a small section, I can't recommend Washington enough. There's something magical about hiking down into deep, dark old-growth forests and then back up onto jaw-dropping peaks. So we'll see. I have my Garmin SOS beacon, so if I need to use it, I will. I didn't get a lot of those perfect views this time because of the smoke, but if you come here during the spring or summer, you'll see what I mean. Unobstructed views of some of the most breathtaking mountains you'll ever see. I spent 6 days hiking north through Washington and only saw 4 other hikers that entire time. And for a few of those days, I didn't see anybody. The trail was eerily quiet, with the slight breeze and the rushing rivers the only things breaking the silence other than my own voice. I munched on huckleberries and tried not to be unnerved by how isolated I was. I have a stalker. I had to circumvent this deer earlier, and now she's literally following me. Deer stalker. Now this here is a walk in the woods. Lots of ash falling from the sky. None in the air right now, thankfully. Definitely was a ton yesterday, but getting off to Thru-Hiking. We'll see what's going on. So I'm like, okay, looking at my paper map my photo of a paper map of this trail, because it's not on gut hooks. It's a side trail to get off because of the fire closure. So I'm like, there's nothing on this map about taking a left or right at a fork. Crap. Several moments into debating which way to go, I'm like, oh, a horse ford or a foot log. As in, I could ford the river like horses, or I could cross on the log and stay dry. Idiot. Just a smoky sunrise. I didn't know it then, but this would be my last day hiking the PCT in 2018. What's up, dear?
Don't attack me, okay? I'm just gonna walk.
During my journey to Thru-Hiking to meet up with my trail family, I learned that due to wildfires, the PCT was now closed all the way to the Canadian border. By this point, with all the unplanned medical travel I'd had to do, the money I'd meticulously saved for this hike was dwindling. And with all the weeks I'd been off trail, the fires were so bad in Washington and Oregon that there wasn't much of the trail I could hike without skipping around a lot, which would also cost money. I decided the best thing to do would be to go home and plan for another attempt in the future. Hiking the PCT in 2018 and then the Arizona Trail in 2021 has taught me a lot about this wild hiker life. This year, I'll be starting the trail with a much lighter pack, healthier habits, better fitness, and more realistic and reasonable expectations for myself. Check out the links in the description for the best ways to follow my journey. As always, thanks for watching.